Modern life is very stressful. There are so many demands on our time. There's career, there's family, there's social pressures. In this age of wanting to be healthy and eat well, do you find it's difficult to find time to make those things happen for you? And ask yourself this: how much do we really know about food and good health? My name's Ian Marber and I'm the Food Doctor. Welcome to the Food Doctor Diet Club. The first time ever I've put together a month-long plan. My motivation for doing this is to show you how you can lose weight successfully and in the long term, hopefully help you get off the diet treadmill forever. For those of you who've ever been on a diet before, you'll understand what I mean by that. Think about it. How many diets have you done in your life? Most of the clients I work with have dieted 10, 20 or even 30 times. People in their 50s will tell me they've been on a diet since they were 16 years old. That's no way to live your life.
Oh gosh, I think every diet there's been, probably.
Many diets, yeah.
Grapefruit, cabbage soup, just general low carb.
I've tried that one with the meat, when they just have meat all the time.
A diet?
Yes.
We're always on diets.
I'm on one now.
High protein, low carb.
Yeah, I've been on that one.
I just watch what I'm eating all the time.
We hear so much about childhood obesity in Great Britain, but actually 50% of adults are obese as well. Separately from obesity, 43% of men are classified as overweight and 33% of women are overweight. Added to which, Great Britain has the fastest growing rate of obesity in Europe. Does it really matter, however, if we are overweight? So many people will judge themselves on whether they're good or bad about how they look, and being large or small is certainly a big part of that. Aside from that, there are health issues, many of which we don't know about. Certainly we know about heart disease, we know about blood pressure. Many people also know about respiratory problems. But did you know that being overweight can actually increase your chances of cancers? It can increase your chances of gallbladder disease, sleep apnea, and also osteoarthritis. If you think about that list of conditions, and then think about your friend who smokes a whole pack of cigarettes a day, or your other friend who drinks 4 or 5 glasses of wine every night, you might think that the smoker has a higher risk than you being overweight, but it's not true. They have a 25% increased chance of suffering from any one of those conditions, but if you're obese, your chances are 67% higher than anyone else. When I think about the amount of diets I've heard about over the years, I've heard about low fat, low fiber, high fat, I've heard about low carb, I've heard about high carb, I've heard about every single one. Ask yourself this: if all those diets or any of those diets worked, why are we still overweight? The truth is, all those diets are archaic. You cannot keep them up. You start with all the best will in the world. After 2 or 3 weeks, it becomes more difficult, and then you start cheating. Then you come off the diet.
Probably lack of willpower and boredom.
Because I cheat, really. Chocolate's my weakness. I mean, it was just a bit too strict.
I've heard every reason why people don't stick to diets. I was too hungry. I couldn't bear the food. It wasn't practical. It was too expensive. Any diet that gives you excuses not to stick to it has to fail. We can only help but see food as whether it makes us fat or thin. It's feast or famine. And that can't be a happy way to live your life. I've got the diary here of someone starting off their new diet, and how familiar does this sound? Calories, 734, barely. Successful first day of new regime. My body is glowing with health. I can feel the weight dropping off. I'm truly a goddess of dieting. This is, without question, the beginning of a whole new me. Breakfast, small handful of raspberries, organic of course. Lunch, salad, no dressing, took the croutons off, didn't finish it all. Dinner, lightly steamed fish and green vegetables. I only drank spring water with organic lemon juice all day. I feel lightheaded, I feel sick, it must be working. No one can keep that up for very long, and here's the proof, because when it goes wrong, it goes horribly wrong. Calories, 4,389, disaster struck. It all went wrong. I overslept, no time for breakfast. I hate my husband today, he's driving me insane. I had to go out with Jules for a drink for her birthday. So, breakfast, grande hazelnut skinny latte with a small Danish. Lunch, a club sandwich and raspberry frappuccino. I've even heard, by the way, people say, does that count towards my 5 a day? And a small bar of fruit and nut. Afternoon snack, piece of birthday cake, 2 glasses of champagne, it would have been rude not to. Dinner, ready-made lasagna, a portion of garlic bread, because it was the only thing in the fridge. I hear this from clients every single day. They tell me whether they've had a good food day or a bad food day. And a good food day means they've been happy, and a bad food day means they've been unhappy. It leads to food obsession. It leads to you looking at food simply for its calorie content and whether it's going to make you fat or thin. And that's not what food should be about. The real reason we fail on the diets is that they are archaic, they are impossible to keep up, they're too far removed from our normal day-to-day life. So why is the Food Doctor diet different? The reason this plan has worked so well for so many people over the years is it's not faddy, it's not based on any current fashion. You don't exclude any major food groups. You can do this whether or not you're on holiday, whether you're in the office, whether you have a family to feed. You can make this work whatever your situation in life is. Unlike so many diets you'll have done in the past, the Food Doctor plan actually works with your metabolic rate, so you're never working against what's natural for you. Also, we all have to cheat. There's going to be chocolate, there's going to be ice cream, and the Food Doctor plan takes that into account.
A lot of chocolate, a lot of sweets, a lot of sweet stuff.
Yep. Chocolate crisps, anything really. Fast food, fatty foods.
Steak and chips.
Roast dinner.
Like chocolate too much.
The trick is that it works with your physiology as well as your feelings. It's actually how you should be eating for optimum health all the time. The whole Food Doctor plan is encapsulated in 10 easy principles. I'm going to be going through those one by one later on. You'll also be meeting some of the 10 founder members of the Food Doctor Diet Club. These 10 Food Doctor principles are my essential guidelines for how to eat well for the rest of your life. Don't just select certain principles, they're all valid, they're all vital if you want to have a healthier attitude to food.